Okay, it's Friday afternoon at 12:30, expiration day. Everything expires at 3 o'clock. That has a strike date of January 24th. It is a bloodbath today. All stocks have gone down a lot. Wow. Look at all the red. We've got a lot of things going on. We've got the impeachment of President Trump. We've got the coronavirus over in China. We've got earnings reports that they're claiming are not good. The only positive thing happening out there right now is unemployment is down, but oil prices are down. It's just a crazy time. But anyway, let's do a quick look here to see what we need to go ahead and take off the board. It's getting close to 3 o'clock on Friday. So we will take a look at the SEP first. Wow, I've dropped about $10,000 in just a couple days. But like I said, we don't do this for the stock value. We do this for the long term. All the stocks that we picked are pretty good stocks. Just look at the whole market. It's not looking good. If we go over here and look at other markets, other watch lists, let's look at the let's look at Tasty Trade default things they're looking at. A lot of red. Let's look at Tom Sosnoff's watch list. See how he's doing. A lot of red. He's watching MMM, Netflix. It's a tough market. Let's look at the market. Market ETFs. High option volume. Here's the high option volume. Wow. Wonder how Tesla's doing. Tesla's down $9. Okay. So what we're looking for is Caterpillar down $2. Kronos down 57 cents. Win, we're just getting killed on Win today. Down $5 on Win. Just absolutely a bloodbath. All right, this is why you can't worry too much about the prices on a daily basis. It'll drive you crazy. What you're looking at is the premium. So I call mine the high premium, and these are the stocks that I follow. And as you can tell, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, 11. So 8 times 11, 88. 88 different companies I watch. And an awful lot of them coming up with earnings. Look at these, all these E's on here, all the earnings coming up. All right. Like I said, first of all, let's go to portfolio and SEP, see if there's anything we need to adjust. That is the 31st. Strike date, January 31st, 7 days out. We got 148 with a 140. We're going to collect $2,310. We'd have to pay $650 to get out of that right now. We're not going to touch that. Kronos got a 31st date, $9 strike price at 780. Mark my words, when we look at this on Monday, these numbers are going to change an awful lot. It's funny how when people sleep on things over the weekend, the Mondays bounce back. But normally if you have a bad Monday, it goes all the way through till Friday. And we did not have a great Monday this week. The market kind of fell after Martin Luther King Day. It fell after Tuesday afternoon and then has not rebounded since. So the Sprint here at 488 looks like we're going to have to pay the $250 to get that back. We'll go ahead and let that just expire. We'll go ahead and buy the 20 shares at $489. It'll bounce back up to $5 by Monday. It's just gotten caught up with all the other stocks and dropped from 501 down to 488. Didn't drop too much, so we'll let those puts go through. We'll buy them at $5, and so that $12 at 20, it'll be about $250. And when on the 24th, well, we're not even close to being at 145, so we're going to let that flow through. Go ahead and collect the whole 890 and pray that that comes back up next week. With this coronavirus, it's not looking good. So no adjustments need to be made on that account. Let's take a look at this account. It's down about $4,000 for today, so it's down about 10%. Alibaba is the main culprit there. We're only 1,400 ahead instead of about 5,000 ahead. 212.45. That's the lowest it's been in a long, long time. I need to sell that Yum over on the other one of these other accounts and get me some Alibaba here at 212. I'm definitely going to do that. So we're going to let that one go through. Kronos on the 24th, 8.5. We're going to let that go. We're going to make the full amount here, the 150, because we're not going to get close to 8.5. We're not going to get close to 8 there either. But even at this short amount of time, it's 12:30. They still think it's worth $171 to get out of this obligation. Well, we still have 20 cents to go to get to $8. So watch this thing evaporate between now and 3 o'clock. This $171 obligation is going to go down to zero. Same thing with this. It's not worth $5. It's at $8.50. There's no way that it's going to get to $8.50 here in the next hour and 2.5 hours. So we'll let that go also. On this sprint, we've got a 5.5 call on today, so it's sitting at 488. That $12 will evaporate by 3, so we're fine on that one too. And on Win, they've already given up. They said it's only worth $2, so $1 to get out of that obligation at 166. It's so far from hitting it, I might as well just keep my $2 and let that roll through. And we'll take a look at Monday and see how everything shakes out. All right. There's the Yum, which is Taco Bell. It has dropped quite a bit today, but it's still sitting at the 104. So if we calculate how much time value is in this product for today, it's at 104.80. Our call is 103. So take the difference between the two. That's $1.80 per share. So $1.80 per share times 3. We'll just pull up our handy dandy calculator here. And we'll take 178, which is the difference between 104.78 and 103. And we multiply that times the number of contracts we have out there, which as you can see is 3. They're going to expire here in a few hours. So how much? We have $534 in time value there. Well, look at this. They're saying we can get out of it for $525. So they're actually giving us a break. We're actually gonna charge us about $8 less than what the time value really is worth at this particular moment. So how much have we made in stock? I'll just put that back down. Well, on the stock value at $104.75, we paid $8,300, and we currently have $9,000. We've owned this stock for about a week. I could either buy myself out for $500 and keep the profit, but I think this is going to drop back down below 103. So why let my stock value evaporate while it's at a pretty good high? I bought this at about 101. It got up to 104.75, so it went up 3% in 1 week. I think I'll go ahead and take the $418 profit. So this is how you do that. We go ahead and click on the contract that's out there, where we actually made $237 on the contract, and then we're going to give back some because it went over. Going to give back the $500 because it went over, and we're going to take our profit on the 103, which right there we closed both positions. I clicked on that one, and then I clicked on this one. I clicked on the leap. I clicked on the contract for the premium, and I'm going to close the position because I want to buy some Alibaba. And we're going to buy 3 for today, and we're going to sell the 3. So we're doing the opposite of what we normally do when we're buying product and then selling a contract. Now we're going to relieve ourselves and buy back what's left over on the contract, which is sitting right here about 150 to 168. Remember, the bid is what they're willing to pay us, and the ask is what we're asking for. And the same thing goes down here on these three leaps. We're asking 31. They're it's pretty tight. They're willing to bid to give us 28.90. So the difference between the two would be the 28.70. So take 28.90 minus 155. That's going to be 45. 27.40. Yeah, 27.45. So take this, the 31.70, and multiply that. Excuse me, subtract that, and you get about 28.70. So the high end is 30. 30.16. The low end is 27. The minimum is 28.71. I'm going to go ahead and put it at, let it go at 28.71. I'm going to go in the middle of the road here, and it's going to tell me how much my profit would have been. So if this gets filled, we'll make $453. The good till date is past the option date, so it's probably saying the 25th instead of the 24th. We'll go back in here and change that to the 24th, and go ahead and make our move. Realized profit 450, nice round number, and we'll let that go. Okay, let that sit and fester for a few minutes. I usually say we're baking products. On this one, it's done. We're ready to take our profit and move on. Let's move up and see where we're sitting at with win. We know that it's expiring today. We got a 143 strike, sitting at 133. There's nothing we're really going to earn here because we took it down to 143, so we're going to let that go. The sprint, we're going to let that go. It's already climbing back up close to 5. But this is not a put, this is a call, so 5.5. We're going to let that go. And Carnival Cruise Lines, now we're below 50 on both of them, so we're going to go ahead and let that go and let that go. These $12 amounts will evaporate between now and 3 o'clock. And then Alibaba, that's a tremendously low price. It's lower than it's been in, probably 2 months. And it's all because of the fear of this coronavirus. So I'm sitting at $222.50. I'm going to go ahead and collect the whole $129 and let that $3 evaporate. Knocked me down pretty good on Alibaba, but not concerned. It'll jump back up at $227. We're not selling anything. We're going to hold on to it. So that all looks pretty good. We'll come back to the Yum and see how close we are right now. Looks like it's dropped quite a bit. Where's the mid-range at on this thing? 28.09. What happened? 104.67. Okay, we're going to leave that in there for a little bit. 104.67. So it went up in price just a little bit. All right, we will come back to that. So let's go back over to, let's go to our big one, 30. How much have we dropped today in this thing? Oh my. Dropped about $13,000 in one day. It has been a bloodbath today. Just a royal bloodbath. Okay, so let's take a look at the portfolio, see if there's anything we need to adjust. We don't have any premiums on the first one. We know all of our Alibabas are way ahead. So not a problem there or there. Baidu, it dropped about $1.50 today. So no problem with the premiums there either, but that's the 31st. Now what we might want to do on this is roll, because we've dropped down to 129. This is how you can actually make double, hit a double. So currently we're at 284 and we can get out of it for 38. That's not too bad. So let's do a roll the position. And what we're going to do is roll it for the 31st. So I hope I'm not talking too quick, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase the premium for February 7th and put it back into the get that up to 2. How much would it pay? It's only going to pay 12 cents if we went down to 138. Let's say we go up a strike. Now we're looking at 22, then 136. Baidu, we could actually make another 34 cents times 2. We could make about 68 if we took our 139 down to 136. It's actually at 129 right now. This would be by next Friday. How much do you think Baidu is going to actually move up? Well, it changed $5 just today. So I think it could bounce back $5 just as easy on Monday and be sitting at 134. So I wouldn't want to go any lower than this. And as a matter of fact, I'm just going to pass for now. I'm going to leave it in there. I'm going to clear the order, and I'm not going to buy it back. Caterpillar, gotten hurt pretty good since I bought that earlier in the week. But we do have some pretty good premiums coming through. What do the premiums look like? Well, they're all set for January 31st, and they are set for 150, 149, 148, and they're all sitting at 140. Like I said, with a day like today where everything drops about 10%, it's better just to kind of not do anything and see what it shakes out to on Monday and then make your call from there. So I'm not going to get greedy and start trying to double on everything and start moving these all down to $144. Because just as soon as I do that, Monday this thing will jump right back. And what did it lose today? 140. So it lost about $4. We won't do anything. Kronos sitting at January 31st. Don't need to do anything. Dow sitting at the 24. That will evaporate in the next 2 hours, so we won't do anything with that. But we'll keep those 31st contracts in there. That looks fine. Facebook sitting at 217 with a 225 call for today. Now earnings are coming up on Facebook and a whole bunch of these stocks, so that's why I'm getting out of these on January 24th. And it looks like the Yum just went through, so that's $69 that it was trying to tell me to drop my price. Just went through at the higher amount, so I got the 28.70 and not the 28.10. So don't get too excited when the price drops like that and you're all of a sudden you're not going to make $69. Just leave it in there. We had time and it looks like it's already filled. So Facebook 217, let that go. Victoria's Secret is the 31st. We look fine on that. Microsoft is 24th. They have earnings coming up. We're at 165 on a 167, so we're close. Very, very close. That could jump up $2 in the next 2 hours. No problem at all. So we have 3 in there for a 450. You know what? I don't want that to go jumping over 168 right there at the end, and I've got to go and try to buy 300 shares of Microsoft to settle up this this leap. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of it now. So how do you get out of the obligation? Well, the obligation says you need $4.50, which means that you're going to make $151 instead of the 156. Yeah, I'm willing to do that because I don't want to. I need to go somewhere and do something. I don't want to be sitting around here at 3 o'clock trying to watch the last minutes. So I'll go ahead and pay the $4. So how do you do it? You just click on the call and close the position. And there are 3 contracts. Remember, there are 3. And it's saying that you can close it out between 1 penny and 2 penny. Multiply that times 100. So they're asking about 1.5 times, the 3. Well, if I put it in at 2 cents, it's going to take out $6 if I do a limit. If I go ahead and just do the market, it's going to take it for about 1.50 pennies. And I need to go ahead and change the date to today. Now this is going to take effective immediately because I'm doing the market on closing out. So it's good till date today. The going price is $2, which 2 times 3 is 6. We're going to go ahead and tell it, give me the market. Hopefully it'll be under $2. And caution, you'll be sending a market order. and it doesn't know exactly how much it's gonna give me, but they're estimating it's gonna be $6. So we'll go ahead and say send the order. Now that should go through right away. If I look over here at the activity board, let's sign off our trade. Go over here to activity, see if it's still there. Sometimes they just jump right out. It's not still there, it's gone. So under the portfolio, when you look at Microsoft that we render, now the contract is no longer there. And this is what we have. We have the leap with no contract attached. Now, if you want to know, well, I wonder how much it actually went through at. Did it go through at, $2 a piece, which would be $6, or did it go through at $1.50? I don't know. Let's go look at the field. Here's Microsoft. We went to activity. We went to field. Tastyworks is fantastic for giving us these things, and it filled at 2 cents times 3, so it was $6. So we did a market and we ended up at 2 cents. So good enough. It's gone. Now, this yum was done what? Today at 8:30, 58 cents. Okay, back to portfolio. See if we got anybody else that needs to be adjusted. I'm happy to have the Microsoft off. I don't want to have to worry about that for the next couple hours. 765 against the 9, no problem. January 31st. January 24th, Alibaba, no problem. We were down to Microsoft. Now we got our obligation out of the way on that. Let's take a look at our Sprint 550 at 488. Then we got a put at 488. We may end up owning this product that doesn't get up to 5. We're going to get called out on that, and it's fine. We're going to keep our 240. We're not going to close ourselves out because I believe this will go up over 5. I would lay a wager that it would go up over 5 by Tuesday or Wednesday. So I'll hold on to it and collect $138. So we're just going to stay on that. And we're sitting at 142 with the win. It's going to close out in a few hours. That $4 is going to evaporate. Here's our Taco Bell at 107 for next Friday. We're sitting there fine. We don't want to buy ourselves out for 49. We want to keep the whole 120, 121. So I would say that that account is fine. And watch how that goes from 181 back up to 194 by next Friday. We'll see the earnings reports from Alibaba. We'll see it from Microsoft and Facebook. And, there's a large earnings week next week. So take a look here at this account that has 44,000. Like I said, it dropped about $4,000. Fine. No problem. I might have already looked at that. And the 12th. Fine. Today, the 24th. Fine. Do I think that 47.33 is going to jump up over 50? No. So I'm going to let that go ahead and go. There's no need to go ahead and give up those $12. This is a nickel and dime type of business. You've got to collect every dollar you possibly can and go with your percentages. So we've got a call here of 550. There's no way it's going to get there from the 488. And on the win, we've got a 143 with a 133. So that nothing's going to happen with that one either. So that one is gone. Now, look what has happened now that our Yum got sold. We now have $8,984. I like the price of Alibaba. I can't help it. That is a super price. It may go down more on Monday, but at this point, this would be a great forward buy to do. So we're going to go up to trade and take a look at our options. Baba. Can't put any premiums out there. All we can do is buy because I don't want to have any options sitting out there when this goes into an earnings report on Wednesday, which Alibaba is going to report really good earnings. They've got a lot of, I can't even go into detail how many different good things are happening right now with this company, but it just dropped $15 in stock in the last 3 days. Even today, it was up to 219.83 and fell all the way down to 211.55. Wish I would have got it at 211.55, but I'll try to get it here at 212.30. So I want to go out and do a leap, and let's see what the 1 year leap would bring us. I'm looking at the delta over here on the left hand side. I like to own about 90%. 90% of the stock would cost me about $8,200. How can I know exactly? Just click on the I want to buy it and look at what it is. The midpoint is $8,200. So if I want to buy it right now, full boat, 90% for January 15th, fine. But I'll tell you what, Alibaba has been going up and down and a lot of volatility. I don't know that I really need to be a full year out. So what I'm going to look at is, let's just remember 8,200. And let's drop back to maybe October. And let's take a look at what the 90 is. The 90 is right about 71.50. Now remember 71.50, and then you have to buy this back in October at 145. See what the midpoint is. Yeah, it is 71.50. So 71.50 and 145 would take you to 126.5. And remember the price is currently, excuse me, 226.5. So you're about $17 over. Is that right? Calculator, help me. Help me. 71.50 plus the 145 actually get up into the 90 delta. Computer's like wants to jump around this morning. So we're looking at 71.50 plus 145 equals 216.50. So I'd be paying about a $4 premium, and I can make that up pretty quick. So October's not bad. Just remember, let's remember the 216.50. So let's compare that to having just a few more months to play with it. If we want to play with it with this stock and hold on to it till let's say the beginning of next year, we would go with a 357 days out and look at the 90. Looks like it's going to be about 82.20. So let's bring the calculator back up again. 82.20 plus the call. If we wanted to buy all the stock right now, we'd have to pay 135 plus 82. So that comes up to 217.20. So for about the difference between 217.20 and 216.50 is 70 cents. And I get to keep and play with it for the rest of October, November, December. I get a full, looks like 3.5 months. Yeah, this is the way to go. Pay a little extra more, and but by the share you're paying just 70 cents a share more to be able to have it for 4 months. So I'm going to go that route and just buy one. Before I do that, I'm going to show you the difference between the delta of a 75 compared to a delta of a 90. Could you get two? Almost. 45.70 with a 46.25. So you could get two, but you're not going to gain on the stock value, and we'll get into more about the stock value gain, but you can gain a lot more money with the stock market gain than you can with the premium sometimes with these stocks that are a good value. So I'm going to still stay with the 90. I'm going to go ahead and make the buy between now and the 27th. The midpoint is 82.10. Let's just call it 80. It's jumping between 81.95 and 82.15. So I'm going to call $82. Now I'm going to call 81.90. What's the current price? 212.41. It just went up again. So we're going to reduce our buying power by $8,100. We're going to buy this Alibaba for $216.90. I'm going to send the order. So the order has been placed. Check out the rest of our accounts. Baba's not going to be a problem with today. We're getting out of Baba options today because they're having earnings on the 29th. See the E over here? Earnings are on the 29th. And they're actually wrong. Days to earning 19, that's wrong. The days to earning are about 5. Because they've already announced they're going to do it on the 29th. Kronos, 8.5 next week with 7, no problem. And Sprint, 5.5 on 486, no problem. All right. So we checked out. We're going to end up buying these two. Wow. Well, we're going to end up with these two after the end of the day. Earn our $188. Well, we're going to end up buying it for $217. So about $1,000 down. It is what it is. Just market has been killed. So I went from 61,000 down to 59,000 this week. I'm down about $1,800. No problem. All right, so that's how you review each one of the sectors there. We did a couple buys, we did a couple of closes, and what we need to do is go back in there and look and see how that order is going. It looks like the yum filled. It says we have one working here, but for some reason it's not there anymore, so it must have filled. Total cash, it hasn't filled yet. It's showing total cash balance $89.84, and it's showing one working. Let's go ahead and refresh. And there it is, Alibaba. Just had to refresh it to get it to show. It was so new. So we are trying to get it for $81.90, and it's up to $82.60 already. It's bouncing all over the place. Just because it went up a few cents. It went up to $212.57. But I will go ahead and raise this back up to about $82.20. Trying to get a good buy while Alibaba is low. I don't think that it's going to end up sitting at 212 for very long. I think by this time next week, we're going to be looking at a pretty good Alibaba jump. That's just my guess based on my knowledge of the company and where the stock has gone up and down. So it's actually already at 82.45 and it's going down to 82.20. So we'll let this bake and see if this actually takes. And if it doesn't, we keep our $8,100. If it does, we go ahead and buy for this amount. So Trading with Rich signing off on January 24th at 1 o'clock. Market closes in 2 hours.